The story of Snow White. Long, long ago, there was a princess named Snow White. The queen was her wicked stepmother who envied her beauty. The queen made Snow White dress and work like a slave. One day, Snow White sang a wishful song. She sang that she would soon meet a prince and fall in love. She had no idea that an actual prince was there listening. The prince quickly fell in love with Snow White. At first, Snow White was shy, but he sang a love song that made her blow him a kiss. Every morning, the queen's amazing mirror told her that she was the most beautiful of all. But one day it said that Snow White was the prettiest of all. The queen became furious. She ordered her hunter to take Snow White deep into the forest and bring her heart back in a box. But the hunter could not do it. Forgive me, he cried. Then he warned Snow White about the queen and told her to run far away and hide. Snow White ran through the dark forest until she couldn't run anymore. She fell to the ground. Snow White felt really sad. Where would she go now? Luckily, her animal friends were nearby. They came and made her feel better, but she still needed a place to stay. The animal friends knew a place where Snow White could rest. They led her to a charming little cottage. "Oh, it's adorable," Snow White said. Inside, Snow White saw 7 little chairs and a really dirty house. She thought the 7 little children lived there. Snow White had an idea. "We'll clean the house," she said. "Then maybe they'll let me stay." The 7 little chairs belonged to 7 little dwarfs. It was at their house that Snow White was cleaning. After a long day of work, the dwarfs were on the way home to a big surprise. After Snow White finished cleaning downstairs, she went up to the bedroom. There she saw 7 little beds. "I'm a little sleepy," she said, and soon Snow White was fast asleep. As soon as White slept, the dwarfs arrived at their cottage. They saw light through the windows, but it should have been dark inside. What would they do? "We'll sneak up," whispered a dwarf named Duck. "Follow me." The dwarfs quietly tiptoed into their cottage. They quickly realized that something was different. Their home was clean. The dwarfs then heard a noise upstairs. They crept up the stairs and into their bedroom. Suddenly, Snow White yawned and stretched her arms. The dwarf thought she was a monster. Duck carefully pulled the seat back. "Why, it's a girl," he said. "She's beautiful," said Bashful, "just like an angel." The dwarf's voice woke up Snow White. She was surprised at first, but then she smiled and introduced herself. She told them about the evil queen and asked if she could stay. The dwarf decided to let Snow White stay. They thought she was kind and charming and very pretty. Snow White was thankful. She promised to cook and clean for the dwarf while she stayed. Meanwhile, back at the castle, the queen found out that her hunter had brought a pig's heart instead of a Snow White. The magic mirror says Snow White still lives and is the fairest in the land. Furious, the queen decided she would get rid of Snow White herself, but not quite as her real self. She would need a disguise, so the queen made a magic potion and drank it. Suddenly, wind screamed through the castle and into the dungeon. Lightning flashed and thunder rolled. The queen's voice cackled and her hair quickly turned white. When the magic was done, the queen was an old, ugly witch, a perfect disguise, she cackled. Back at the cottage, Snow White and her 7 friends enjoyed their time together. They danced, played music, and sang the night away. Little did they know about the queen's evil plan. One taste of this pretty little apple and goodbye, Snow White, and Queen cackled. The only cure was a kiss from a true love. The next morning, the dwarfs set out for another day of work. Snow White kindly kisses all of the dwarfs. Beware of strangers, said the duck. Don't let nobody or nothing in the house, said the grumpy. But as soon as the dwarfs left, the queen tricked Snow White. It's a magic wishing apple, said the queen. Now make a wish and take a bite. Snow White made a wish and took a bite. In seconds, she fell to the floor. Now I will be fairest in the land, the apple queen cried. But the animals had seen the queen and what she had been trying to do, so they raced to the dwarfs and brought them back just as she came in. The dwarf chased the queen through the rain and thunder until they trapped her at the edge of a cliff. With a broken branch, she tried to push a big rock down to crush the dwarf. Suddenly, crack! A bolt of lightning struck and broke the ledge where the queen was standing. She screamed terribly as she fell and was never seen again. When the dwarf returned to Snow White, they were heartbroken. They made her beautiful coffin and laid her on it. Day after day, the dwarfs and the animals watched over her. Then one morning, her prince appeared. The prince had been looking for Snow White for a very long time. When he finally found her on the coffin, he knelt down and gently kisses her. The true love's kiss awakened Snow White. As she blinked and rubbed her eyes, the prince smiled and the dwarf shouted and danced with joy. The prince led Snow White to his castle, where they would live happily ever after.